It is Uber here. And yes, I've started, or rather, I bought Diablo 4 and started playing it. Currently level 85 as a rogue. It's been a long while actually since I last did theory crafting or playing for Diablo, Diablo 3 in particular. So it's quite cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do this dungeon over here. So far, it's been pretty smooth sailing in terms of progression and all that. I haven't really done anything like super pinnacle. I mean, we are world tier 4, but I'm not doing stuff like, I haven't actually done the level 100 Lilith boss yet, Uber boss. It's actually really hard right now. I'm not sure if they will tune her down, but very few builds can actually do her. Or rather, one build can do her, and that build unfortunately is nerfed. Not really nerfed, it was fixed. So Barbs apparently could like infinitely channel Woven and get a stacking buff infinitely, as long as they had the resource for it. And so Ben, or rather Lighty or Darky did it in what? He did it in 5 minutes. And like his total damage at the end, DPS at the end was like maybe like 200 million or something. So obviously, with any ordinary build, most builds are doing like at most 2 to 3 million damage. Average builds and optimized builds are probably doing like maybe 10 million. So I'm not sure if they will actually nerf the fight or make it easier, because I don't think any build right now can do them. Or you could be a god gamer and just do them, like take 1 hour to finish the fight, yeah, without making mistakes. But you know, I don't know. We'll see. I'll show you the stats of this build afterwards. Why am I doing this? I should just run through. I need to look for archival gardens, the guardians. The only things I'm picking up right now are ancestral rares, uniques, and legendaries, because I want to roll better aspects on my gear. This is a pretty standard build for rogues. Twisting Blades is kind of OP. I won't say I'm not sure if there's a better build for rogue, but this is what I think is currently the best. This is not fully... a lot of it is building on what Woody Joe did, but I find that with the nerfs to Twisting Blade cooldown, you have to build differently for this to feel comfortable. I'll show you later. Oh yeah, need to kill these first. I turn damage off to reduce the amount of lag, because I am on a pretty old graphics card. It's an RX 580. Well, apparently they sorted out quite a bit of the issues with the drivers, so it's not as bad as it used to be in beta. But at the same time, it still crashes once in a while, which is a little frustrating. Oh yeah, this build is also not just a PvE build, it's also a PvP build. I don't change anything when I go into PvP areas. So far it's pretty decent in PvP. But I think it's not the strongest class. I think PvP right now, Bob is probably the strongest. Followed by Sorcerers. Sorcerers because they have very good CC and escape. Bob because they have Hoda, which pretty much just one-shots any class. Hoda Bob is kind of broken in PvP for some reason. I'm not sure if it's because Hoda doesn't obey like some of the rules for damage reduction or something, but like Hoda just like one-shots most players. I have like 10k life and some Hoda Bobs can just one-shot me through all the damage reductions. It's kind of silly. Oh god, this is a slay on enemies, I forgot. I'm too busy talking. I really hate actually all the slay enemy dungeons. It's such a waste of time. It's never efficient to do any dungeon like repetitively that has these, but you know, you have to do them anyway if you're doing nightmare dungeons. Almost sometimes when I get a nightmare dungeon and I get one that has this, I just scrap it, you know. I should make a mental note of what actually has all these slay enemy bullshit. Okay, what 2 is at the end? Actually, maybe it's possible, like I read this on Reddit, like you can just run at the end and the mobs will just teleport to you or something. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing dungeons is also for 3 of Whispers, I think. So 3 of Whisper bonus on dungeons give you like 5 points. And if you haven't done the dungeon yet, you can get the dungeon bonus, you can get the aspect. So that's what I'm doing right now. So yeah, you just need to do 2 dungeons and you get 3 of Whispers. So every time the Tree of Whisper is selecting a dungeon that I haven't completed yet, I'm doing it for the Renown bonus. And then I'm also doing it for Tree of Whispers, because once I do 2 of these, I will get 3 of Whispers care package. I'm gonna have to sell some stuff too. Helms, Late Guards, Gauntlets. Obviously Helms, because maybe you can get a Shaco, right? Sedge. I'll probably show the build at the end of this play session. What area is this? Oh, okay, nice. So this is another one. Let's see, have I done this yet? Yeah, I've done this. I haven't done this. But I think I've done the region. No, Dry Steps I haven't finished yet. So yeah, so region Renown bonus, I haven't done. I've only done Fracture Peaks. The rest haven't been done yet. So doing these dungeons, giving Renown is like 2 birds with 1 stone kind of thing. Where's the vendor? Ancestral. So right now the only slots I probably need full good decent upgrades for is the amulet. The rest of them are ancestrals. Only the amulets. Wait, amulets ancestral. What I'm talking about? Huh. Wait, so I've got ancestrals for everything. What the hell? But I mean, I need a better amulet because I don't think energy cost reduction is actually important for a rogue. And also the roll here is too low. What I want is cooldown reduction and cooldown reduction for traps, so double cooldowns. And then no arm trap, reduce arm trap timing. I would rather reduce damage taken, or rather damage reduction when you're injured. So you can actually stack a pretty high amount of damage reduction when injured. You can go up to like, so if you have 40% on this, 40% on this, and 40% on this, you can pretty much get 80%, I think, damage reduction when you're injured, which is insane. It's exceptionally good, especially in PvP, because sometimes you just need to trade and they don't expect that huge amount of DR to come in at like the bottom 20%. You do that especially with like other rogues, because they will trade with you, or druids, because they also will trade with you. You will never want to trade with a Horda Bob. You're probably just going to get one shot. So yeah. Alright, I'm going to sell this stuff. Alright, probably need a better chest armor as well. The damage reduction is just too low for both the flat damage reduction and the poison one. I also don't think the poison one's like really good. I probably want a close damage reduction and a poison damage reduction on the chest. Double lucky hit with okay, no, it's terrible. Critical damage. Oh, this would have been nice if the crit hit wasn't so bad. Well, the lucky hit's actually pretty terrible. Yeah. So let's see. Let's do some PvP. I mean, not really do some PvP. It's just I'm just going there and see if there's like the boss to kill and whether or not there'll be other players to fight. Someone's fighting him, is it? No, he's still moving. Oh, someone's fighting him. Oh. Not very smart, sir. He's gonna probably come back. And he's dead again. Okay, time to turn this in. I'll show you a very interesting area to turn this in. Best place to turn this is actually the middle one, even though it looks like this is the most dangerous because everyone runs here. And because the middle one has this particular little slot at this corner here, which is very safe, right? If you were to stay here, no one actually knows that you're going to be here, right? Because you can't be seen anywhere, right? You have to probably like stand down here in this area, which no one will do, or here. You see where my mouse is on the top right hand, for them to actually see you. So because they have to go all the way here, it's impossible to actually find out that you're here. And because the mobs don't run to you, see, he's actually looking for me right now, but he can't find me. Oh god. Well, he did find me. I need to redo this. Shouldn't have popped out of the area, but whatever. I'm surprised he's not dropping any ears, even though he's like blood marked. I'm probably gonna answer my clan members' questions. Alright, so this is generally how PvP is like. PvE is actually really good to farm EXP as well, because there's a lot of rare mobs, elite mobs. But personally, I would still rather do the dungeon at, what do you call it, champions, because that's like the best place to EXP farm and get items. So I'll tell you something interesting about this area. If you want to farm a lot of I thought he was gonna attack me. If you're gonna farm a lot of what's it called again? Red dust. The best place to do it is to keep relogging into the instance until you find one where the boss is spawning every 1 minute. Right, that is a very rare occurrence where it happens. I've noticed it occasionally, but you just stay in the middle and you just keep relogging until you find the boss. And once you turn in that boss, the boss will spawn again. Alright, if you turn it in at the altar of extraction here, a new boss will spawn again. You just run in and do it again. And if there are players that contest you for it, you can always go blood marked and kill them, and then you get like double drops on the boss. So the boss shards work like this, right? The drops on the boss, the I don't know what it's called, red dust. The red dust that drops from the boss really depends on the number of players that are fighting it. So if, let's say, 2 or 3 players are fighting it, the amount of red dust that drops from it is going to be much higher. So if, for example, a player joins you and you kill them, you actually get like 1.5, I think, of the amount of red dust you'd normally get from that boss. So that's how I've done this to get the shit ton of red dust. I've currently only 150, but I probably farmed more than probably like 2 million red dust. So I've used that to buy a bunch of cosmetics, the legs, gloves, and the mount. So my mount is the 100k mount. Yeah. I'm also planning to like just accumulate red dust because I think you could use red dust for a secondary character. What I'm gonna do is with the secondary character is once I get the world tier 4, I can start rolling these. And then it will drop items for that character to level with. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to accumulate red dust for, let's say, a second character, if I do want to play a second character. Alright, let's briefly talk about the build. Is it going to come outside? It's going to be pretty fun. Yeah, let's briefly talk about the build here. So this is a twisting blade build. It's pretty much Woody Joe's build. Difference is ever since the nerfs to twisting blades, a lot of players have kind of dropped it because they think it's not as strong as it was before. It is like that, but you can do a bit of adjustments to get it back on track. A lot of this you want to focus on a lot of cooldown reduction for your traps. So my cooldown for my death trap is like 30 seconds. And my cooldown for my poison trap is like 6 because I have like a insane amount of reduction. So I have 14% trap skill cooldown reduction on my gloves, and I have 11% cooldown reduction on the amulet. You can actually run another set of cooldown reduction for traps on the amulet, so I want to get an amulet that has cooldown reduction and cooldown reduction for traps. I think that would be the most insane. Then with that, I have a total of like, also with Paragon, right, I have a total of how many cooldown reduction? 24% cooldown reduction total and 19% for traps. Yeah. As you can tell, I'm stacking quite a bit of life. I could definitely get like maybe 12k life if I got another ring slot with life. Unfortunately I don't. This one has resource generation, but it is very, very nice. This is resource generation, crit damage, crit chance, and close enemies. And this has close enemies, crit chance, life, and crit damage. Yeah. So I'm gonna cover some of the stats I think that are underlooked, like people don't pay enough attention to them. I think if you want to get a tanky character, you definitely want these rolls on your items. So one of which is damage reduction while injured is pretty strong, because you get it at 43%. It rolls on 3 slots. You can get it on the pants, the boots, and the amulet. So if you get it on all 3, you get up to about 84% damage reduction when you're on injured, right? So that means the last 35% of your life. So at 3.5k life, you're going to get an 80% damage reduction that is non-conditional, right? Like, it doesn't require you to be close to enemies, doesn't require you to like apply crowd control, doesn't allow you to require you to do anything else. You're just going to get that huge damage reduction when you're at 3.5. And that's really, really good, especially for doing nightmare dungeons, and especially doing PvP. It synergizes very well as well with this ability. So this ability, not this passive, which is siphoning strikes, 3% on maximum life when you critically strike close enemies. 320 life is pretty insane. 320 life along with this insane damage reduction when you hit 3.5k life is pretty much going to keep you alive in most situations, except for just plain one-shots, right? And there are very few things that will one-shot you with this amount of life, and those very few things, probably like a Lilith Uber boss fight, yeah. So definitely get damage reduction while injured. I wish this was a higher roll, but whatever. The second thing as well that I think is like strong and most people are not going for is just plain damage reduction. It's non-conditional as well. You don't have to be close to anything, you don't have to poison them, and that's the reason why I've gone for it. You're always going to have it up, so that includes bosses as well. And the last one is dodge chance. So dodge chance on rogues is like super strong, for the reason that rogues get a lot of dodge from their dexterity. You can get like 8%. If you have like 1,000 dexterity, it's going to be 10%. And then you can get it on your pants and then your boots. So boots and pants give you like 8.5% each, or 8.6 when it's max rolled. So 8.6 times 2 is going to be 17 point. I can't count. Yeah, 17. Sorry, 17.2 or 17, around there. You're gonna get 17 dodge from your boots and gloves, boots and pants, and then dodge from your stats. So that's total. Right now, oh yeah, because dodge has some diminishing returns on it, so the amount you see here it's multiplicative, right? So the amount that you see here is not exactly like 25%, is it? Oh wait, let me go to defense. Dodge. Okay, 24. Yeah, so it's supposed to be like maybe with 8.6 times 2. Actually, it is. Well, okay, it's not multiplicative. It's I don't know why. It's adding up all the dodge together. And then if you go with your passives, you're gonna get like 12% dodge with a cooldown skill. And you have like 4 cooldown skills: 1, 2, 3, and 4, which means you're almost always going to have like that 12% dodge. So you're gonna have 36% dodge, just like that. So that's 36% chance to avoid all damage from hits, or attacks from attacks. So I would consider that like a really strong defensive layer. And the last one is just Topaz, because damage reduction while controlled impaired. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about 45%, I think. And then you have the 18% here from this, so that's I think about 60% damage reduction, which is pretty significant. So with all these in a high health pool, you're gonna be relatively tanky. You're gonna have about 5.8k armor with, and then with this aspect, you're gonna have close to like optimal armor, which is like I think 8.58, I think. Alright, now let's go into damage. So a lot of damage is going to come from crit. Crit is like one of the best ways of scaling damage in this game. And then you want to also make sure that you get multipliers from like all the different kinds of damage, and you want to make sure that all your buckets are kind of balanced out. So in this case, you notice that I have close at 140, vulnerable is 100, and all damage 100. I also have damage versus healthy, damage versus trap, damage with physical, which is twisting blades is physical, damage with cutthroat skills, and damage with core skills, and damage with dual wield. So all the different buckets are multiplicative with one another. That gives me pretty decent damage output. My crit multi is insane. It's like 300%. So that means I do. This is the extra damage I do. So I do 400% damage when I crit, and my crit chance is 38.3 here. I get 9 crit from this. So making an enemy vulnerable has up to percent chance to grant 3% increased crit strike. So that's 9. So that's plus 9. So 38, 47. And then I have crit chance from my other abilities as well. Let's see. Critical strike. Oh no, this one. I think it's the knockdown one, right? Knocking back or knocking down an enemy, you gain 12% crit strike. So that's 59 plus another 12 here from poison trap or death trap. That's 71. So 71% chance to crit is pretty insane. I think Shadow Strike as well has lots of crit. What's Shadow Strike? Shadow's there. Yeah, so you have like close to 79% chance to crit on a single target, which is like pretty good damage multipliers. Someone is running around killing people. Okay, so let's go on the other pieces. For that's the reason why, like, if you go and look at the damage mods for my stuff, I like gloves is crit strike, chance, attack speed, and twisting blades. I wish that was a 4. Unfortunately, it's not, but whatever. Yeah. Then rings are like crit chance, crit damage, crit chance, crit damage, damage to close enemies. Weapons are like crit damage, chance to close, damage to close, vulnerable damage. I think I would like more dex, but whatever. I have all stats and dex here just because all stats is great for your paragon, and dex is like great for just percentage damage and dodge chance. Yeah, so you notice that I'm not trying to get like a lot of damage in one specific bucket. I want to make sure that the buckets are evenly distributed to get the most damage out of them. So yeah. For specialization, you're not going to go inner sight. You're actually going to go preparation. So every 100 energy you spend reduces your ultimate skill cooldown by 4 seconds. Using ultimate skill resets the cooldowns of your other abilities. So you're going to spend a lot of energy pretty fast, because Twisting Blades is going to take basically 4 casts to be able to like spend 100. So every time you cast this 4 times, you're going to get you reduce your cooldown for this by 4 seconds. And then also, because lucky hit, you're going to reduce it by 25% chance. 20% is it? That's the are you stupid? Oh, very smart. Okay. Well, I don't know what he's doing. Okay. I have no idea what this guy's doing, but if he wants to play, we can play. Kind of stupid, eh? Is he? I think it's all higher level than me, right? This is, yeah. I literally a permanent CC, so you better make sure you have like infinite CC break or something. It's kind of silly. Is that his ear? It's not showing me his name. His profile is private, so I think he's done. No, he's not. Okay, very smart. Okay. He literally can't scratch me. I think maybe I should like let him hit it for a while. Maybe he has to ramp his damage. Okay. I'm wondering where he's gonna give up. This is an interesting segue. So if you're noticing, I can break the CC pretty often because I have this. I can break CC very often because I have Shadow Step, and I have two charges of Shadow Step because of the boots. So boot on fire, Shadow Step is an additional charge. This is pretty insane, not just for PvE but PvP, because basically you have 2 CC breaks, and this also gives you a stun and a travel, so it makes you extremely mobile. Yeah, he's back. Alright, you walked right into that one. Okay, yeah. Anyway, I don't know what he's doing. So yeah, so the double Shadow Step is like super good. What? Okay, well, that's weird. I'm pretty sure he has no life whatsoever. Like he's just going like pure damage. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, he's giving up. That's cool. Is that the same guy? Yeah, it's all level 88. It's the same guy. Yeah, you can have your ears back. Alright, let's continue with the build. Yeah, let's just go to aspects. So you pretty much know what I'm rolling. For like Helm, there's not much you can put on Helm. It's a like life, crowd control duration, cooldown reduction, and the last one would have been Dex, right? Because there's nothing else you can put there, I think. So yeah, there's not much like very good options for your Helm. He's actually killing people. What the hell? Well, he can have his fun, whatever. So for chest armor, I would like just flat damage reduction, maximum life. Dual damage is good. I mean, very few like damage modifiers on your chest armor. So this is like nice. You can get up to 20%, which is a decent amount. I would like probably close, like damage reduction from enemies that are close rather than poison. But you know, I just kept this mainly because there's such high maximum life. I really need to replace this. I think I've already touched the gloves, yeah. Pants, same thing, maximum life, damage reduction, dodge chance, and damage reduction while injured are all ideal. Oh yeah, forgot, yes, let's talk about aspects. So this one, basic skills done, grant 20% damage reduction for 5.5 seconds. This one is the smoke grenade at the end of dash. I actually don't know what to put here. I've just decided to try this because it gives me a like I have a lot of dash charges, and I reset dash pretty easily with twisting blades and death trap. So what this does is that it gives me a smoke grenade on, see the smoke grenade here. So that's one extra layer of CC, which you can use in PvP. It's also great for PvE because you can start fights with it. So smoke grenade, you don't have to add anything, you just get this, and then it dazes for 4.5 seconds. Yeah, so that's a pretty long duration daze. Enemies can attack you, so it's nice defensive layer as well. But I might just swap this out for something else, I'm not sure. we'll see. Okay, so using agility skill reduces the cooldown of your next subterfuge skill by 20%. Okay, this is quality of life, and the reason why is your only subterfuge skill is actually poison trap, but you have 2 agility skills. So basically both of these are gonna reduce poison trap, I believe. So say this. Oh wait. Maybe it's not so great. Let me check, because it might only reduce it once, right? You can only use it once, so. Oh, I see how it works. So the cooldown is actually 5 here, but it's only 5. So once you cast it, which I think you will be doing most of the time, this is like only 5 seconds, right? So this is just a 20% reduction on this poison trap alone. I mean, it's not substantial per se, but I don't know. I could probably swap this out, but we'll see. This is I'm quite happy with this being here. I could just put a damage aspect, I guess. Yeah. So this one, the 50% extra armor is very nice for PvE, because you're gonna get always the max cap stacks on bosses on PvE. So shadow step extra shadow step is always like amazing, just because of the CC break. But I mean, I've already covered this just now, and you saw it during the fight. So twisting blades, obviously, as you're using twisting blades, 60% of the return damage. This is max rolled. Dealing direct damage to a vulnerable enemy has up to a 68% chance to daze them for 2 seconds. This is obviously really nice, because when you daze targets, you can also knock them down with your abilities. Direct damage to your enemies affected by your trap skills has a 46% chance to make them vulnerable for 3 seconds. Yeah, really good. Your lucky chance is quite high with twisting blades, so it is one other source of vulnerability. Okay, and then damaging an elite enemy with basic skill generates 7% energy. 7 energy. This is like super good with puncture, because puncture basically hits like 3 times with a lucky chance of 35%. Actually, no, you don't even need lucky, right? So yeah, you basically have the ability to shotgun with this with 3 projectiles, and then you can pretty much just max out your energy like really quickly. We go to weapons. This one is making enemy vulnerable, has a 50% chance or 46% chance to grant 3% increased critical strike chance for 3 seconds, which stacks up to 9. You usually almost always gonna have like max stacks on PvE. Critical strike with core skills increase your attack speed by 25% for 5 seconds, right? And you know, 25% is amazing attack speed increase, so obviously really good. Alright, so specializations, you know, definitely preparation. I don't know why it always like unchecks when I leave it, but I click it again. Okay, let's cover what's it called? Ability points. Sorry, puncture, and then you go enhanced puncture, and then fundamental puncture. So like this. Okay, twisting blades. You go twisting blades. You obviously max this out for damage. Enhanced twisting blades, 20% increased damage when returning. I'm only running this in PvP. What you do is in PvE, you unspec this and you go to advanced twisting blades for the cooldown reductions, right? But you don't need cooldown reductions in PvP, so you're just gonna run this. You use study for close damage reduction. You can max this out if you want, but I don't find it to be pretty useful. So I've unspec this and gone for and then just use this as a way to path the siphoning strikes. Because this is really helpful in PvE, as you can tell in PvP as well. So status step, critically striking enemy grants 50% move speed. Move speed is always nice because of clear. Shadow step, obviously enhanced shadow step, so it gives you increased crit chance on the target, and then gives you a chance to stun as well. I have rugged. This you can max out as well, because 15% damage reduction against DOT is like super good. But I don't have enough points or whatever. Reactive defense, 80% damage reduction while inflicted with crowd control effects. As you can tell, that along with all these gives you quite a bit of damage reduction. You're going here, so after knocking back, knocking out enemy, you get 12% increased crit chance against them. You're gonna have a lot of knockdowns because of this. So critical striking a dazed enemy when they are knocked down. When you critical strike a dazed enemy when they are knocked down for 1 second, you can add this increases to 1.5. But I feel that you attack fast enough that 1 second's enough. Your evade cooldown is reduced by 2.5 seconds when you daze an enemy. That's all you really need. Dash, level 1 on this. Enemies damaged by dash take 15% increased critical strike damage, and then dash slows enemies it hits by 30% for 3.37 seconds. Any enemy already slowed will be dazed for 2 seconds instead. Good crowd control. Yeah, this is just to apply you know, crowd control. Yeah. You can also unspec these 2 points if you don't feel like it's necessary. 3 points of agile using a cooldown increases your dodge chance by 12%. This gives you a 36% dodge chance, which is pretty amazing. You can add these if you want, so 1 here and 1 here, just because you get the smoke grenade on dash. Poison trap, yeah, level 1 is all you need. Poison trap knock down enemies for 1.68 seconds when it activates. This is like super good as well, and it allows you to chain your CCs, so you can like shadow step and then chain it with a knockdown from poison trap, and then if you attack fast enough, you're gonna constantly knock them out because of the trigger attacks. Poison trap has 30% chance to reduce your. Oh, you don't have to have this actually. None of the third ones are good, so you can like not spec into any of them. Deadly venom, and it's just you go deadly venom just to get debilitating toxins, so 15% less damage for poison enemies is pretty nice. You can actually unspec this, I would think, although I would rather keep it, mainly because like it's conditional, right? They have to be in your poison trap, so yeah, I'm not sure, really up to you. So innovation is like really good because lucky hit up to 30% chance they gain 8 energy. This is extremely synergistic with both twisting blades and puncture because of the pretty high lucky hit chance. It's 35-33. Yeah. This is 12% crit chance, so do take it. And obviously death trap is really good. Obviously you want death trap pulled in as well because, you know, helps you group up mobs. Death trap kills the enemy, its cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds. Really good for PvE as well. After using ultimate skill, would store 50 energy. Great with death trap because you're gonna be refreshing your death trap really fast. Adrenaline rush while moving is just mostly to get this. So this gives you move speed at max energy, which is great for mobility and PvE. And then when you're low energy, it gives you 15% increased attack speed, which allows you to then recover a crap ton of energy really fast. And the last thing you get for your what is it called, key passives is exposure. Dealing direct damage to an enemy affected by a trap skill has up to a 25% chance to reduce the active cooldowns of your trap skills by 20%. So yeah, that helps you to reduce your cooldown of your trap skills, and then also gives you like damage from that exploding stun grenades, right? All in all, this is a really strong build in terms of CC, so it's great for PvE, great for PvP, and great for just solo content in general. Alright, peace. I'm gonna just drop off at the moment. See you guys. I might upload more videos, maybe cover some of the strategies I employ to farm. It's health ties up, so I'm probably gonna go here and do a bit of them. Wow, I might do this as well. Yeah. Because it's double stacked, right? You have Hell Tide here, and you also have Tree of Whispers, so you just go around here and do all of them at the same time. You can double the bonus. Alright. Peace. See you guys. I'm out. Bye.